isn't that a whole vibe?
I'm in here like,
Hey, what's real? Oh, hey y'all. How y'all doing? Y'all all right? I mean, what's really going on? Thank you so much for tuning in. We are Unhinged Live. It's your girl Keita sitting right here, also known as Tilted Halo, sitting alongside my good girlfriend Karen Sims of Twisted Threads LLC, and we are getting ready to get it started. Yeah, we getting ready to get started tonight with a little different flow for you on this evening. We got gifts and surprises. So before we get into it, I want to go ahead and thank you again for tuning in. I want to go ahead and acknowledge all of our replay viewers that are going to go ahead and click play at a later time, at a later date. We appreciate your support, and we hope that after you listen to tonight's broadcast, you walk away feeling a little shiny, a little bit glittery, because we've got a power-packed show planned for you tonight. Of course, we are going to acknowledge our super fan for tonight. We're going to get into a little bit of the views from the Petty Pew. We're going to bring that new segment back that we introduced. Let the record show. It's testimony time, y'all. And of course, y'all know we some life coaches sitting here. Oh, y'all thought it was a game and all we did was crack jokes and make people laugh? No, we're going to help you get lifetime fine because we are well qualified. We're going to bring y'all this new segment on tonight. We keeping it PG. That's right, keeping it PG with purpose and goals. I am your in-house certified life purpose coach, Nikita Hansford, sitting alongside my good girlfriends. She's certified. She a master at them all. But her focus tonight, y'all, goal and success. So again, y'all already know we try to uplift and empower y'all in our viewing audience. So we're going to get into it. Of course, we're going to receive again because, you know, I'm greedy, all right? And not only is she my co-host, she's my best friend, and I'm also a client. We're going to receive another hefty meal from Karen Sims of Twisted Threads LLC, and you know, just be. So, Karen, I got to check in with you, sis. This weather has been running crazy. Kids been going back to school. How you doing?
you know, I'm doing okay. I am doing okay. I'm not really sure what day it is, but if I'm correct, I know at least it's not Monday or Friday. So that's as far as I got for that. But the energy is high. I agree with you. The sun seemed like it don't know when to shine or when it's gonna rain. And I'm putting the sunshine on the sick and shut in list because I'm not sure right now. Now I want the weather to be well. Okay, I know we're in hurricane season. Can we say that we're in hurricane season? And it's almost like the weather got the flu, got COVID. The variant is now affecting the weather, and we just trying to keep it going out here in these streets. But we gonna share some things because we got greatness among us, and it's a celebratory day for us. As you know, we're doing some things. So I'm not gonna let the cat out the bag. I'm gonna let you share your news. But I just want to tell you, I'm excited to be able to support and celebrate all of the work that I have seen firsthand here for what and from. So we could say from Tilted Halo, for Tilted Halo, BME LLC. How about that? And the changes that are coming, but also the recognition for the grind that has been nonstop. So now I got to flip it back on you and be like, sis, how you doing?
Humble is the way. Stay low. The lower you get, the more God's going to bless you. The lower you get, the more God's going to bless you. And you already know that that's my heart's posture every single day. Karen, thank you for asking how I'm doing. I'm humbled. I am blessed. I'm trying to keep my edges laid in all this humidity, since you did already go ahead and acknowledge that the weather seemed like it got cold out of nowhere. I promise you this is Rona weather in the air. And we're going to get into that a little bit later because we do hear that there is an uprise in the vid. There's 3 different strains out here sending people to the hospital. But right now, I'm healthy physically, mentally and spiritually. Amen. I say that with such vigor because for a long time I could not say it with confidence. Life had tried to have its way with me, but God said not so. So this particular journey with the Tilted Halo brand, and then taking it a little bit further, establishing the LLC, I promise you, this has been an altar of sorts, Karen. This has been an altar. I've always celebrated the gift of pain. And, when people hear you acknowledge pain as a gift, they look at you like you got five heads. But I don't know. My walk with God has just caused me to learn to appreciate the hard times, because at the end of it all, I recognize that God is just doing his thing, to ensure that he gets the glory out of my life and whatever it is I do. So, it's very, I'm a giver. Y'all know I'm a giver, right? So it's very, very hard for me to celebrate myself. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and shout myself out because I'm lit. Hey, I'm lit right now. And I'm so appreciative to Jacint Headlam and the entire team at the Inner Star organization. Y'all, if you're following me on my personal page, on my personality page, you will have seen that I have actually been nominated for the Inner Star Media Trailblazer Award. Oops, that's me, y'all. I've been nominated, and my name is rolling on a list amongst some greats. I want to go ahead and acknowledge my sister. I'm not sure she remembered me, but I used to date one of her very good friends back in the day. My good girl, my girl Karen Waller. It's an honor to even be nominated in a category with this trailblazer. I've seen her work. I've seen her grind for upwards of 20 years. And sis, you are gold. So I want to go ahead and shout you out as a fellow nominee in this category. So y'all see this flyer up here that they done put my name and my picture on. And if you see, there's a banner here at the bottom of the screen. Maybe you could screenshot it if you're watching on your cell phone. You could screenshot it with that one print screen button on your laptop. If you would please, ma'am, please, sir, all y'all, go on over there and cast your vote for me, Miss Nikita Hansford, as the Inner Star Media Trailblazer nominee. This has not been easy all the time, but it gets easier as the day goes by. So y'all already heard me shout myself out because I'm lit. I got to shout out to my mama. She's on the other side. She and Glory in that heavenly chorus singing off key at the very top of her lungs, the same way she did while she was here with me. But I promise you, every keystroke, every graphic I take at the time to create, my mama is in my mind. So I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, because I need y'all to know I am so grateful, because doing this, I started out, I've had some experience all of my life. I've been in the performing arts. Somewhere along the line, I added the title author to my name. I've been backstage and danced with some of Broadway's greatest, and I've served alongside some of the gospel greats and over the years, and I just continue to walk slow with my hands in my pockets, with my eyes watching God, waiting for him to give me the instruction for what my next step is going to be. So I'm grateful. I'm blessed to be honored amongst so many powerful people. I thank you to whoever did that, because I was not expecting it. I just do what I do out of my love and my heart for humanity and God's people. Every last one of us are God's children, whether we yellow, black, or white. We really are all precious in his sight. And for me, I don't even care what you believe, because the commandment that I follow first and foremost every single day is to love. Because love is patient, love is kind, love is not easily provoked, love is long suffering. I could go on and on and on. because I spent years studying the attributes of love as I was working on my own inner healing. So because I did so much work, baby, the love shows up on the outside. And
Yes.
again, shout out to myself because I'm lit. I'm lit in the light of God's love on tonight. So I'm got a little for y'all on tonight.
Yeah.
I'm a little rough, but I'm real soft on the inside, y'all. I wouldn't even say I'm rough. I have a tough skin, because I'm built Lord tough. That's the best way
Yes.
for me to put it.
Yes.
I am built Lord tough. And
Yes.
I'm just blessed that he is trusting me with so much because he knew what I was going to do with it. Tell the testimony of his goodness. Tell the testimony of his goodness. So let me get up off myself and find myself some tissue because the post nasal drip with the humidity in the air and the mold because I live in the woodsy area. I want to move right on along and to the super fan shout out, Karen.
Yes.
I love to acknowledge the people, whether they're in church, the people I meet in the grocery store, in my workplace ministry, wherever I go. I like to acknowledge the people who speak into me, who support me when I don't even know they've been watching. So let's go on and get this little drum roll going. Wait. I got two fans tonight, y'all. Woo! Tonight's super fan shout out goes to my sister in faith, Miss Kesha Smith. She is actually one of my very favorite African American women who actually enjoys camping. Since we're gonna have to have a conversation about that offline, because you've actually showed me a way that I too could go out and be amongst the wilderness and the woods and feel like I'm safe because there are actually four walls around me. Miss Kesha Smith, she is my sister in Christ. We attend our local faith community together. And for quite some time, we served together on the Prayer Warriors ministry. Let me tell you something about this woman of God right here. She is fierce and fabulous, honey. And not only does she slay, she prays, y'all. So, Sister Kesha, thank you. I want to go ahead and thank you for every single time you see me and smile, even when we're moving and passing, because we be busy at the church and y'all know I always have somewhere to be. But Kesha, I appreciate you every single time you push like, every single time you share anything that I post. Every time you comment, you bring joy to my soul. I see you, sis. I see you becoming 1000% everything God predestined you to be. And I'm celebrating you. I'm celebrating the milestones that I'm seeing your children experiencing. Baby, you's an empty nester. It's just you and your fur baby in the house right now, at least until the children come home to visit. So I appreciate you, Kesha. I love you so much. And I look forward to seeing you soon in a couple weeks when it's time for me to come up and serve. All right. So yeah, let me get up off of that. You want to shout anybody out tonight on Miss Karen? I can't hear you, Karen. Is you on mute, Karen?
I'm in another world. I done told you. Listen, I'm sitting here like who can I shout out? I want to shout out to our fans who are watching tonight, and I don't even want to call them fans, our supporters who are watching tonight. We've got I gotta say, Mother Martha. Mother Martha is in these internet comment streets, and Yolanda Lucas, and so you are you and those that come to support us are the reason why we keep doing what we're doing. It is not a selfless thing. I'm so proud of my sister, even as she allows the emotions to be shared tonight, because one, we got guardian angels. I believe it. It's a thing when you carry legacy. It's a thing when you carry the answers to the questions that our younger selves had, that now we get to see it being walked out. So shout out to y'all while y'all on the pages. Shout out to all of our Tilted Tribe family, because y'all are the reason why we come here as often as we do to gather for laughter, to sprinkle joy in your lives and make sure that y'all are on the right path no matter what. So we really appreciate our super fan shout outs.
Oh yeah, and I want to go ahead and dial it back just a taste while we're here at this point, because again, y'all are going to be experiencing yet another first here on Unhinged Live. For those of you who are entrepreneurs and small business owners yourselves, guess what, y'all? We got some opportunities available for you all to advertise right here on our show. Now you see the nice little graphics we've been developing over the course of time. Listen, it's something that we could go ahead and advertise your business, as long as you ain't selling nothing illegal, because we both work for the government in some way, shape, or form, and we ain't got time to lose these good government benefits messing around with y'all. So if you all or any of you are interested in a legitimate advertising opportunity, give either one of us a shout. If you can't get in contact with me, if you can't get in contact with Karen, you can go ahead and get in contact with Natural D. And many of you who know us all in real life, y'all know what her real government name is. Y'all know I keep her close. That's my little sister. And yes, she is one I will meet you in the parking lot all the way about. Okay, don't mess with my little sister. All right. Happy birthday, Donnell.
Happy birthday. I was waiting for it. Happy birthday.
I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Happy birthday, Donnell. She just hit a serious milestone. And Donnell, I don't know if you're still in the comments right now, because I know you be moderating and hosting meetings, but I want you to do your big sister a favor. Post your Cash App in the comments. That's right. I'm asking you to post your Cash App in the comments, because don't nobody know like I know. Well, I won't say that. Some folks know like I know how much you pour out and how much you give to others. Sis, I'm opening the door of opportunity for people to pour back into you. You have been so diligent. You have been so faithful. You ain't even know this was coming on tonight. I love to sneak you with these blessings, gifts, and surprises. Happy birthday, Donnell. Go on and post your Cash App so we can repost it later on in the show. This ain't even about me. This is our birth month, sis. And you already know we got plans later on this month to go hang out and spend the day together and celebrate each other in this Virgo season. All right. So, I'm already cracking myself up, Karen. I'm already cracking myself, because where I'm fit to go.
Where we going? I got a feeling. I know.
I'm out here amongst all these fields, and there's a particular there's a particular vegetable that I enjoy that I can no longer get freshly harvested, because we're at the end of the season. Karen, do you know where we're going right now?
I do know.
Where are we going, girl?
We're going to Corny Jokeville.
It's corny joke time, y'all. It's corny joke time. And in essence,
stretch your hand this way.
Listen,
stretch your hand this way.
Listen, we spread joy. And remember, it's a joy tsunami going on. And in a tsunami, think about what's in that wave. It's some of everything in there. It's not just water. It's not just sand. It might be a shark, a guinea pig, somebody bonnet, somebody eyelash that they lost when they jumped in the ocean. It is corny joke time. I only got one for you tonight, Karen.
Okay.
Only got one. So look, she look at her face, y'all. She feel better. I'm not gonna torture her with two.
I'm bracing myself.
All right, this one is good. All right. And then if anybody wants to try and answer this, I am watching the comments live. All right. So listen in. What do you call a cow with a twitch? Again, I will repeat. What do you call a cow with a twitch?
Come on, y'all, help out, because I got audience participation in this.
She ain't showing me no love. Do you want the answer so we can move right along?
We got one guess for beef jerky.
Boom. See, that's why she my sister. She's smart. She's smart. She got a college education. She got a college education.
I love
She
it.
comprehends well. That's critical thinking at its finest. Thank you, Donnell. You have the correct answer. Beef jerky.
Now I
Now,
want to know, did you surprise yourself, Natural D, with getting the answer?
beef jerky time. Shout out to Coming to America, Eddie Murphy and them. All right. I had to do it. I had to do it.
Beef jerky.
Beef jerky. Get it? The cow twitching is jerky.
Yeah, okay. Listen,
I'm sorry.
I'm working with my sister all day long, so when she put it, that's the way that I'm going. I got no other answers. So
beef jerky time.
beef.
So we are going to move it right along, and I kind of feel like, you know, being real petty today. If y'all have been in the group, if y'all was in the group, y'all already know I'm in my power. It's a whole new supermoon happening tomorrow. I'm trying to maintain control. That might be why I threw on some red today, because it is one of my power colors. But baby, did y'all see the meme I had posted about people using the saying the words properly before they could go on a date? Well, you know, I posted that because that's something I actually said to someone in conversation. And check it out. I said conversation. I didn't say conversate. Is that even a word? Listen, I'm going to need you to know how to properly utilize your grammar if you want to date me. Yes, we get comfortable once we're with our friends and our loved ones. We let our afros and our weaves down, and we speak broken English. I do it all the time here on the show, but y'all know I'm just a regular girl from Jersey by way of Stockton, California, trying to live life as authentically as possible. But baby, don't think you gonna come over here thinking you're gonna be able to walk in rooms with me and you saying scrimps as if it is the right way to pronounce it. Don't think for a moment, baby, that I want you to say salmon where I can hear the L. Baby. This is not what you want to do in my presence, because I'm petty. All right, I got petty problems while trying to date Karen. And yeah, things like that.
We usually, I know all of the pettiness. However, we don't always have them show up on the show. So there are a select few that understand that my sister is not only the queen of petty, she is the entire kingdom of petty by herself. She could be.
Thank you.
But for God's grace, we get some reprieve for every now and then. When I read that, some particular things came to mind. You know, and we won't use any proper names. We'll protect the innocent.
We got to protect the innocent.
Protect the innocent. But I agree with you that we have to have conversations, because the way that our lifestyle is set, we in the boardroom, we talking to the president and the janitor, we talking to the nurse and the surgeon. We literally, it's everywhere that we are going. The number of people, we never could tell. So we need to know before we got to pull out our Apollo hook to drag you off stage.
Drag you, honey.
What you are representing when you out here. So as much as I say it's petty, this is also adulting. Okay, we just gonna put it right out there. This is adulting. I'm gonna say 102, because 101 is, you know, some regular hygiene and
pay your bills. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Being an adult, you know, don't come over here thinking that I'm your sugar mama, because honey, we gonna be in trouble. That ain't gonna work. I felt that in my entire shot. Okay, so with that, 102 is, how do you represent yourself out in public? Because people know me up in these streets, and if they see us together, I promise you, I'm a person who I will indict you by association. I'm not the court of law, so don't look at me. You know, Jesus and the rest of them three branches. Not me. Because I'm like, wait, you hanging with so-and-so and they did so-and-so? You know,
I'm out. That's a no for me, dog.
Talk,
What?
talk like a duck, then all y'all ducks. I'm not trying to figure out which one is the goose. I didn't like Duck Duck Goose in kindergarten. I thought it was a waste of time. So I ain't signing up for it now. So Duck Duck Goose, if it look like you don't know how to act, you don't know how to, and this is just one aspect. Can you speak well? That's it. There's not no indictment against whether you from the hood or from the suburbs. I just need you to pronounce these words that you can find on Google. Google will help you translate, or whoever else. I can't say names or stuff in the house and start talking to me, but
Right.
whatever. Listen, you could say, how do you pronounce? And it'll give it in the system, in the sentence, give you the origin, all of that. Why we out here talking about some scrimps? I don't even understand. Like,
or what is the other one? As opposed to specifically, people are saying Pacifically. What, you want me to go jump in the ocean? Is that what you're saying?
to me,
Pacific is the ocean to me.
Pacifically mean you was in the ocean. I was specifically
Chilling. I was
in the water.
chilling. I was specifically with the Lord. I was, hey.
I'm with you on all of that because I don't know what this Pacific is. Unless we're talking about the coast or the ocean.
Well,
I got questions. Okay,
so I got a whole lot of questions when you come at me like that and expect me to just be like, okay,
we got another
stay right here along my side, And not only do you need to be able to speak the part, baby, I need you to dress the part. One thing that I often, I don't struggle with it because I've been conscious of it since I've had children, and I maintain a very youthful experience. One thing I'm very keen on, and this is another level of petty dating, I need you to dress the part. I need you to be able to dress the part.
I got to put up the church finger on that.
Yes, ma'am.
I got to put up the church finger because I'm not going to blame my sisters, but I'm not going to not blame my sisters. Some of us allow raggedy to show up. And so some brothers are waiting to break out.
Oh.
Well, you too, they're waiting for you. Only one brother waiting for me. So that's
amen. Yay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yay.
That count. But I say this from personal experience. A man will change his style to meet your fly. Let that marinate however you need it to marinate, okay? Because every single day, this brother come here better than when we first met. Be like, okay, wait a minute, what? Oh, you, where you going? Where you? I got to pull one. Where you going? He like, I can't be out here in these streets and you looking like you looking, and I'm just looking. I agree. So I gotta say, pay attention. The ones with potential will hurry up and get on board quickly. So if first date, they show up with something crazy, just inquire about ask questions about what else is in there. What else is in there? That's all I got to say. What else is in there in the closet? Because we never know. Also, it might be who in the world. It might be allowing us to, I love these internets because now everything is ringing. Who don't know that it's Tuesday night and I'm recording? I love it. All of the things, I'm about to go off on somebody. All of the things that you need to know, you can have a conversation. We asking them about, are you working somewhere? Do you have your finances in order? Sometimes the credit.
Do you own a suit in your closet?
Do you have a suit? But listen, it's more than just a suit, because he might have a suit in his closet, but it may not be the suit that you want to go outside with him with.
True.
I ain't gonna say that's personal experience. I'm just gonna say
that's
it could happen. Okay,
there was this one time my ex-husband had this one shiny suit. I promise you,
shiny.
It was girl. I think it was a shark skin or something like that.
Was he ready for
and I accepted him because
he was ready for the Beyonce concert early.
He was ready. Girl, decades, girl. A whole lot of things came up missing or got lost in the road once I became his wife. And he knew Basically from day one that I was not feeling that gray shark seersucker, whatever it was, suit that he used to love to wear to every single choir musical. He knew that I did not care at all for that black Hawaiian print shirt he liked to wear, buttoned down to the middle of his chest, because he would be in the gym working out and he had body up top but chicken legs down low. Baby, I couldn't stand that shirt. Woo! So yeah, one day, it came up, and I don't know what it happened to it. He don't know what happened to it. I know what happened to it. I have to tell the truth and shame the devil. And I know that I'm not the only woman who is guilty of upgrading their man's wardrobe by removing certain items from their keep. How about that? So yeah, I'm that kind of petty, y'all. So those of you who may have a Grace Church House and y'all heard me open my mouth in prayer and sounding like a roaring lion representing the tribe of Judah. Yes, I pray the way I do, first of all, because I got to pray for myself that hard, if not harder, on a daily basis. Okay, because I'm honest about who I am in my relationship with God, and we'll get into that a little bit later in the show as we begin to keep it a little bit PG. All right.
I love it. I love it. I promise. This has been something that we've been talking about for some things as we move forward, but we gonna share with y'all, because these dating streets are no joke. That's all we could say for that.
These dating streets ain't no joke, and we ain't gonna talk about the ankle bracelet that tried to tell me not to judge him for his past when he still had it on. Sir, I'm gonna need you to go that way. You're not my kind. That's just all.
Keep walking, literally, walk till it falls off. Keep walking till it fall off. It's an interesting thing out here with these adults. But sisters, I gotta tell y'all, we gotta put some parameters and some boundaries and something for our brothers to pull up to, because they will. I know a lot of times it's like, oh, your standards are too high. And sometimes that is a correct statement, but they are probably way up there for a reason. And so you want to at least connect and only look around when a brother is striving to at least reach for it. We're not talking perfection, but they got to at least be reaching for the standards that's on your list. And then you can evaluate, was you crazy? Rapunzel, let your hair down if that's the right move for you. But it's a lot of stuff going on out here in these streets. Be careful, y'all. Be careful. We want you to find love. When I tell people the way, Alfred and I met on Facebook dating. And that was the funniest thing, because he was like, well, go check out my profile and see if, this is something that you would like to explore. I'm like, you don't even know. I done already checked out your profile.
Baby. We know your grandma name.
Honey, listen, okay? We know 3 people who have referenced you from the town you grew up with, your high school, and your last 3 jobs, okay? Who we playing with here?
Ain't nobody playing with y'all.
No. So I thought that was funny. He was like, well, you can go and take a look. I know how to move around the not public, private situations. And I had already seen what I needed to see by the time he gave me the invite. Go over there and see. All right. We already on the reference check. You showing up for the first interview.
Well, did I share with you the time I did a background check on the brother, and basically he started to try and be a little irate with me for some particular reason or another, and my only response was, "Bam, brother, is this you?" And I basically presented him his entire court docket, where I had actually accessed every single charge he had ever had in his life. When he tried to brush over, he had a little troubled past. And, when I hear certain things, I pay attention to my intuition.
Yeah.
Some call it the spidey sense. The spidey sense said, danger, Will Robinson, danger. Molly, go check him out. You got to check him out.
You in danger, girl. Go ahead.
I called that one good girlfriend that stay ready to get in somebody's business for assistance, and I promise you, the information we came up on actually spared him the trouble of having to deal with me telling him exactly how he could exit my life. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen as well, y'all be careful out here in these dating streets. Because I guess this conversation right now, where we are in this conversation is the pregame. Because we preseason right now with football, baby. We preseason with cuffing season.
It's coming. It's coming.
Cuffing season is on the way, y'all. And I see our sister Yolanda in the comments talking about she don't even want to date girl with what's trying to pull up on some of us. It's a little discouraging from time to time. But I am grateful.
It can be comical though.
It can be, girl. I do it for entertainment. That's what it is for me half the time. But I know who my favorite is, and he know who he is too. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. Hey, boo, call me. Anyway,
we have entered a realm. I don't. Where are we? I mean, where is this? Is this the land of the Wiz? What just happened here?
I may or may not be single. You understand?
The names have been changed to protect the innocent. There you go.
I may or may not be single. That's all I'm gonna say about that. All right.
Hey, favorite. I know. Hey, favorite. We do here. What's up? What's good? I know that's right. Yes, that's right.
But see, here comes the petty girl again. You know why he's my favorite? Because he looks damn good in a suit. And he's smart, girl. He got a brain, girl.
The whole way. Listen,
I can talk to him about anything and he won't even get intimidated. Listen.
Bring good conversation with all of the, and I'm going to say this, with all of the junk, to be able to have an adult conversation with a adult person who know how to wear a suit. I agree. That be it. Yolanda, we gonna get somebody. Don't worry. I promise. Like, you gotta shift through a lot of stuff and figure out what you really could deal with. But it's some good people out here on both sides. Brothers, we praying for y'all too, because the representatives out here got me questioning on why y'all even bother sometimes. It's like, what? Who? No. I love the suit though. Yes.
Yeah. So be alert, ladies, because it's like they all have the script and they're passing it around. It's huddles going around in households all around the United States. I don't know if they do cuffing season offshore, but I know cuffing season is serious around here. They brothers want to get them a sister under cuff to cook their little football Sunday chicken wings and dips and things for them so they could dip out on them. Listen, ladies, you've been warned. Yep. Pay attention. And if the flag that you see initially is red, baby, ain't nothing you can say or do that's going to turn it green. So do your best not to ignore the red flags because they are real. And if you feel something is more than likely going to save you from heartache, heartbreak, and maybe some physical pain somewhere later on. So just pay attention, y'all. All right. Them particular flags do not change colors. So enough about me being petty.
And dating chronicles. I don't even know how we went there.
Hey, that's how the Lord do it here on the Unhinged show, because we ain't nothing but some vessels to get some information out there. And Yolanda, maybe you the one in the audience that need to hear, girl, this gonna be all right. Somebody gonna find you to flew you out again, girl. I know, yeah, he gonna flew you out. That's what he gonna do. I'm declaring it for you. I'm standing in faith with you, sis. You finna get flued out, okay?
I love it.
Passport stamps. All right. So we're gonna move right along because I'm watching the clock and we're gonna get into this PG conversation. But before we do that, we like to go ahead and give you a little music or something to entertain you in the middle of our conversation. So DJ Twisted Threads, I see you got your good t-shirt on tonight.
I do. I got my good T-shirt on. Listen, some more brand opportunities coming to internet store. Click, click near you. So we're gonna keep talking while I set this up because we gotta get this right. So this is always fun. So set me up, sis, while I.
Yeah, all right. So look, check it out. Tonight we're going to be playing a track from one of our brothers. If you've been following me for any time, you're familiar with Tony Dorsey. He's now Pastor Tony Dorsey. He's also another creative artist in our camp, and he's working on a project even as we speak. Even Tap Me and Natural D and a few others in the clique to come help him with a project he's working on for the future. So tonight I want to go ahead and bless y'all with a little piece of the work of our brother Tony Dorsey actually released a few months ago. It's called Hello Christian. All right. Get with the vibe, get with the lyrics. And we're going to be right back with you as we keep it PG. Go ahead,
Yep.
Karen.
Here we go. Here we go.
We live, we die, we worship, we cry. We strive to be better, cause this flesh ain't no better. We work, we pray, we wait for our day. We stay protected, he never left us neglected. This earth is present, in heaven our future. We watched how we lived on this earth for our future. So peace, be still, it's not our will. See, Lord, it's your will and our purpose revealed. The thrill, the moment we took it and owned it. Our gift, we postponed it, wasn't ready to show it. Got to immerse and get back to church, back to what works and back to our first. I'm hungry, you hungry, no food, no money. Economy is funny, gas prices don't love me. We work, we sweat, still live in debt. See, our minds are on heaven, so our needs they are met. And my life is set, no doubt, no worry. We killed all our sins until the grave we buried. From dust we came, and to dirt we will go. Our lights, they shine, and when it gets dark, we glow. Hello, goodbye, good morning, good night. We may have cried all day, but alright. We fight and we conquer, we win. Our honor is in our Father, our glory and honor. Yo. Hello, hello, hello. Our Father, you are hollow. And when I fell to my lowest low, you still opened up the lockdown. See, I'm humble, so I come up. I'm still thirsty and I want more. Fill me up, let it overflow. Let my light shine, let the flame overflow. And when it's all said and done, Jesus, we won. When it's all said and done, Jesus, we won.
All right.
All right,
And
all
we
right, all
made.
right. We back, we back, we back. Hey. Thank you all for hanging on in here with us. We are Unhinged Live. I'm Nikita Hansford, also known as Tilted Halo, sitting alongside my good girlfriend, Karen Sims of Twisted Threads LLC. We are about to get into it. We are about to take it a little bit PG, and check it out. We like to make it different up in here. You already know. So when I say PG, we are about to get into a discussion about purpose and goals, and this will be the first of many conversations of this kind. As you've heard me say it at the top of this show, the goal here at the platform is to make sure you are very well-rounded, and that you maintain your lifetime fineness. And a lot of times we have to take a step or two or three back and put in a specific type of work. Notice I said specific, not Pacific. See, I can be petty because I can talk. You have to put in a specific type of work in order to get a specific type of result. So again, I want to go ahead and remind you that we're both life coaches sitting here at this platform. My main focus is life purpose, because part of the reason why there's a why in Tilted Halo, because I always question why. And of course, Karen, she's goal coach. You know, she can help me get here today. Come on, y'all. So again, we about to get lifetime fine. So Karen,
Yes.
Can you actually have purpose without setting a goal? Ooh.
Listen.
Or do the two go together?
The two, listen, like Keita and Karen, the two go together, because if you've got goals and no purpose, it's literally like a paper airplane going into the air and you just putting it on the ground. So if you got goals and no purpose, you could do all of that and have a piece of paper outside and it's just gonna flow like those tumbleweeds everywhere it's gonna go. If you have purpose and no goals, you know a destination, but you haven't mapped out a way to get there. So it's literally you going through, and I hate to say life, but you operating, just floating around. So either way, the purpose points your goals, at the goals point your purpose in the right direction, so you know which steps to take. The purpose is where you're going. The goals is what help to get you there. So you can have them, but you ain't going nowhere. You got the keys or the car. When you put them both together, this is the reason why, you know, as life coaches, to be able to have a niche. Sometimes people are like, well, I only do this one thing. You know, shout out to Jamie Watkins, who is a happiness coach, you know, and so she focuses on those type of things. But there are particular things that we have to set in our life to say, I've made a decision that I want to get from here to there. Even if, you know, tonight we're going to talk about those who may not know where there is. And there's a way to figure out where is there. Because if you open up your GPS, doesn't matter who you use, you got to put an address in there, or you just going to see that little circular thing keep circling, like rerouting or whatever it says. It's got to have a destination. That is your purpose.
All right. So look, some of y'all are students like we are here on the show. So I like to pull out the dictionary so y'all know that we are speaking from a foundation that makes absolute sense, because it exists and is established in reality. So I'm looking at the dictionary right now, and I'm looking at the definition of the word purpose. The reason for which something exists or is done, made, used, etc. An intended or desired result, determination, resoluteness, the subject in hand, the point at issue, practical result, effect, or advantage. So years ago, I had an encounter with a book authored by Pastor Rick Warren, titled The Purpose-Driven Life. And, you know, I mentioned it in my travels over the years and conversations with different people, that book actually changed the trajectory of how I live my faith life out loud. Now, we understand to this day that everything happens for a reason, whether it means that our lives have been predestined or that we create blessings out of our curses. If that makes any sense. Now, you heard me say it at the top of the show. Baby, I've always embraced pain as a gift, or I wouldn't say always. There was a season where I didn't understand. But when I began to do the inner work of healing, walking with God, listen, I began to understand that there was a purpose to the tragedy. There was a purpose to the trauma, because what it did was, it made me extremely resolute in making sure that I established some personal goals so that I wouldn't repeat the mistakes of my forefathers, as I'm trying to be a bloodline breaker in my own family. So, of course, we want y'all to come on this journey with us, as we go a little bit deeper, to uncover our callings. For those of you who have not tapped in to your calling and your greater purpose in life, let me tell you something. You see the meme flying around the internet, you need to walk in the room like God sent you. Baby, God really did send you with a purpose. So it doesn't matter if it hurts right now. It doesn't matter if it doesn't feel good right now. Understand that Jeremiah 29:11 is real. He causes all things to work together for your good. Ask me how I can say that to you so boldly on tonight. Boom, look at me. If you went to my personal page, you saw that I posted this picture of this little chunky face, brown skinned girl with this outfit on, with this little gap tooth smile. Look, I don't have no gap in my tooth to this day. I really don't understand what happened to that gap, but I do now understand that it was God that filled in the gap, per se, to present me as beauty in exchange for ashes. That is my testimony. I began to seek the purpose in why I was chosen for this life of hell and pain, because that's the easiest way to describe it. So in seeking my purpose, I began to pour purpose into others as I began to heal. So again, I want to go back to the original statement. Everything happens for a reason. Yes, we hear it often. And the question at this point is, what does it mean? And do we really believe it? Is it something that we tell ourselves to feel better when something goes bad in our lives? Well, I guess it depends on your view in life, your perspective. You've often heard me say perspective is everything. Now, here at Unhinged Live, we often encourage you to be authentically you, because nobody can be you better than you. And baby, you got a talent that's very specific to who you are. And there's something about you and how you live your daily life that sings the song without you even a word. We can look at the things you do, we can hear the things you say, and help you discover your purpose. Now, there are many stepping stones to your purpose. Now, childhood influences have something to do with that, a huge thing to do with that. Ooh, and I cannot wait to unpack that piece of this conversation with you all, our Unhinged family. Of course, we got passions and interests that help us define our purpose. We have talents and skills. We have personality that help define our purpose. Life-changing experiences that help define our purpose. There are coincidences that spark light bulb moments to actually turn your perspective from what you thought a thing was to what a thing is actually meant to be. We want to make sure that you clarify your purpose while there's time, y'all, because it's a whole lot of work to do. And let me tell you something, there is something very special about you. God put something very special and intentionally in you, because there is something that only you can do. You know, years ago with our Fierce Divas Praise sisters, Karen, we sat there in Kiana's living room, and I remember y'all just kind of like verbally pouring into me and reminding me that there was a remnant of people that were waiting for me to do what it is I've been designed to do, because they wouldn't receive it from anybody else but me. And I promise you that word of encouragement rested in my belly. And from that moment, I began to seek the people that God designed me for. And here I am to this day. Tribe. there are some people who were waiting for me and I didn't realize it, but I had to become intentional about flipping the things that I was holding in silence and shame into my testimony.
Yes.
So people could see in real life that you do not have to look like anything that you've been through. You do not have to sound like anything that you've been through. Listen, your birthright is absolutely divine. I believe that every last one of us is God's children. Whether you choose to acknowledge him or not, he got his eye on you, baby. And if you would take the opportunity to just ask for guidance and how to actually sit down and put together a goal, how do I find my purpose? That's the question I'm going to leave you with as I go ahead and get off the P and pass the G like we used to do. I'm sorry. I got to pass it to you, Karen. Give me some conversation about these here goals.
You know, one of the things that is really big, and you talked about some things, and that is, as adults, we got to take the opportunity to have moments for self-reflection. Like, yes, we on a hustle. Yes, we doing 1,000 things, but we have to take the time to question the why within ourselves. Many of us wouldn't have to have other people tell us what to do if we took that time to be self-reflected in our life. And that is sort of the glue between the purpose and the goal success. So I love it because I consider myself a goal digger, because once I completed a goal, and we would hear that scripturally, you know, blesses the ending of a thing, you know, and sometimes how it started is not how it ends. But when you understand that the race is not given, but is given to those who will endure. And when you understand that the race is given, that means I just got to show up for the race and start moving. And then God kind of orders our steps to do the rest. I don't want to say that he do it all, because we got work to do.
Faith but without work is dead.
It's sin, but we got to put in the work. And so y'all know I'm a woman of great faith because God has done some amazing things, but it did not come as Coach Keita's already said, it didn't come without sacrifice. It didn't come without me saying, okay, what can I do differently? What can you do differently? So I don't want it to be like just, well, this is Karen's story and this is Keita's story. We are trying to help you as well create what story you want your today to be. Because here's what happens. A lot of us think of goals and purpose as something that we do in the future. And it is actually that purpose and goals are the evidence of what we are doing right now. So let that sink in. Everything you eat today is going to affect the mood and the way that you move tomorrow. So if you eat that whole pint of ice cream, chances are. If you drinking that whole bottle of wine, chances are. If you're not regulating your body, you know, last week we was talking about monitoring your intake. If you're not doing those things, it's not going to really happen. In this season, one of the things that Coach Keita and myself kind of came up with was we're in a season where we're being told to give instruction. And as we're giving instruction, it is because many of you know you want to do something, but a lot of you don't know how to partner with people to help you get from here to there. One of the experiences that Keita was mentioning had to do with, we would do a lot with, I would say, midwife exercises and being able to help people birth their dreams. Now think about that. You can't stay the same. For those of you who are mothers, for those of you who are not, just kind of go along in your mind with the reason why you decided maybe motherhood may not be for you, because a whole human got to pass through your body one way or another. It's coming from somewhere. If we got to cut out space for it to get out, whatever that is, your body goes through changes. Same type of thing you got to think about when you are thinking about goals. Many of us have heard of SMART goals, and that's what we hear on the business side. But I want to introduce you to you tonight the thought of heart goals. And this is specific because it allows you the opportunity to think about your goals creating goals with heart. So what does that mean when we're creating goals with heart? Well, they're honest goals. They're exact. They're authentic to you, realistic and timely. And we're gonna put all of this in the boxes so you see all of that. But when you're thinking about how do I create a heart goal? Well, there's something specific that you can do, and we're gonna talk a little bit about that real quick about what it means to create a heart goal. And I'm going to break down the acronym just a little bit real quick as we, don't want to spend a lot of time, but we're going to give you enough meat and potatoes so you have some more than just nuggets to eat. So honest, is the goal right for you? Is it consistent with any other ambitions or aspirations that you have? Does it fit with your core values and beliefs? Because you could set a goal and say, I would like to, have $1 million. But like we said, we can't advertise your undercover business if it's not legitimate. So it's got to reach your values and goals, the things that you're passionate about. Is it exact? What will you exactly need to accomplish your goal? So that's the thing. It's like, okay, well, I know I want to get a new job. What am I going to need to get that done? How can you break down large goals into smaller chunks? Why? Because I always tell y'all, I'm here for the cake. It could be a cupcake if it's a small milestone, but you want to take it larger. What are all the specific small steps that you need to take to get into that larger goal, and how will you keep track? Because what gets measured gets done. If you write down, that's one of the reasons why when you go through weight loss programs, they tell you to write down everything you eat, because what you measure, what you take the time to write down, it will change your mindset about the activity that you have that's associated with it. Make sure that the goal is authentic. Is the goal consistent with you, your value? Does it align with your strengths? Listen, I would love to be on the stage with Beyonce dancing, but I got about 3 minutes. Also why I can't join the praise team, because I got about 3 minutes of praise, and then y'all gonna see me on the sideline, and Mother Martha gonna have to come and resuscitate me because I'm gonna be passed out. Did I know stuff be true? That's a whole nother story. But as you're thinking about, is it a realistic goal for you? Like, is it authentic to you? Does it match your strengths and unique gifts? And does it reflect what you really want? Like, if we take the time to be self-reflective, we can be honest with ourselves and say, our sister Yolanda said, I don't really want to date. And I felt that for her. And it's okay for you to say, this is not what I want, or this is not what I want right now. Being realistic, is the goal realistic in light of all of your other obligations? And yes, we want to have stretch goals. We want to have faith for bigger, but it's also got to be realistic with what do you have time, energy, and motivation to complete when you're setting your goals? And then if you commit to this goal, is there anything else that you need to give up or say no to make room for your new goal success? And finally, is it timely? What's the deadline for this goal? How long will it take to step into it? How long will each of the smaller chunks take? What are the checkpoints for each step? Again, we tracking because we celebrating every small goal. We are here for the cake every single time. And then by when will you accomplish each step? As you write these things down and think about the heart model for goal setting, goals with the heart actually are easier to attain because you got a personal stake in it. Your goals show what you want to do, and they become opportunities for you to manifest your gifts and uncover your calling, as Coach Keita has already said. So that's what I wanted to share with you all tonight on the goal success. You got to keep yourself motivated. We're here to help you be motivated because we understand that as you have that goal success. Now, I want to tell you, those moments that Coach Keita shared was probably almost a decade ago. Like, these weren't words that were shared with her yesterday or 2 weeks ago or 2 years ago. These were a lot of years that went between, and well, what do I do to get from there where I know there's a word that's connected to me, but maybe I'm not ready, or that the world is not ready for me to operate fully in that gift. And so you take those baby steps. We didn't get here because we flipped the switch. It was like, boom. I know we see these internet stars, and it's like a lot of times overnight for a lot of folks. That is not this testimony. This is years of hard work, a dedication, of conversations that nobody wouldn't even believe the stuff that we talked about. But we dreamed dreams, and it was like, listen, I need you to be ready. Okay, I'm going to be ready. Karen, I'm doing this. Keita, I'm doing that. And we've been able to support each other. And sometimes it does require for you to, well, okay, not sometimes, all the time. It requires for you to evaluate the squad that's around you, so that those folks keep you motivated, even if it's been years, even if it's been decades, and you think that that dream is gone. Somebody on your squad should be able to remind you of the goals that you set and the things that you have said. I want to do this. So it could be as simple as, some of y'all still a childbirth bearing years and y'all want to birth some children. I'm not on that team.
That's not my portion.
I can't. I done did my be fruitful and multiply. I did my part, that part. But some of y'all have that. Some of y'all want a new job. Some of you want an additional degree. Even the fact that Coach Keita is celebrating her certification as being a coach. We talked about this before. It was something that she walked into. It was something that she was passionate about, decided it was something that she wanted to do. The timing had to develop itself for her to be able to do the studies, put in the work, make sure that she completed all of the responsibilities for the certification. I know what it took because I went through it. And it was like, girl, listen, like it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. Plus, if all y'all got your own certification, then we ain't got no clients to work with us. So that too. But in the interim of it, she had to make time for it. And I knew that. So I also knew how to support her. You got to have people in your squad who know how to support you, who you can at least trust a little bit. Now, I'm going to put the disclaimer. Y'all ain't going to get nobody who you could trust like Keita. So I'm not saying trust them all like that. However, if you got somebody who you could trust a little bit close and say, I've got a dream that I need to share because I feel like I need to put it out in the atmosphere, and then allow for everything to come together so that the dream will manifest itself. That's something. You got to get those purpose partners, and we talk about that often here. We are purpose partners with one another. You all have to do that, and we could be purpose partners with you. If y'all not scrolling, we still celebrating our sister Natural D. Her Cash App is scrolling across your screen. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So please be a blessing to our sister as we celebrate her milestone birthday, and just super excited. One, that we get to see her living life. Like that's really the biggest blessing for us as we're celebrating her birthday. So Keita, what?
That was a mighty mouthful you just shared, Coach Karen. It really, really was. And you spoke about purpose partners, and it's always a word bubbling up in my spirit. And as iron sharpens iron, you need to make sure that you surround yourselves with somebody who is basically not aluminum foil. See, you are titanium, sweetheart, in case you forgot. And ain't no way in the world that a piece of aluminum foil, no matter how big the words heavy duty is written on the label, is no way in the world that a piece of aluminum foil can sharpen titanium. So check your circle. And a lot of times your circle is nothing but a manifestation of conditioning, things that you are used to. And a lot of the conditioning that we continue to walk out into adulthood that we need to let go are a direct result of our childhood influences. Because, in our society, it's very common for us to be like, it's a big lie. The idea that our society and childhood upbringing did not have any influence on who we are today at the deepest level. And if I want to take that particular statement further, I want to say that we operate with certain biases against others, and even biases that we impose on ourselves based on, again, the conditions in which we are submersed. So most people don't deny that these things have an impact, and they think the effect is very, very small, and they resist, believing that their actions and their belief systems today were formed by other people. When at the end of the day, if we take the time to reflect on how much of what we do and think do not originate as our own idea and let go of the things that do not serve us, we are free to embrace the beliefs and life choices that genuinely resonate with who we truly are and the life that we want to live. So I want to go ahead and bring some questions into this conversation. And those of you who are still with us, you can go ahead and answer some of these questions here in the comment box. We are waiting to interact and dialogue with you here live on the platform. Maybe one day I'm gonna actually have a phone number where you can call in. Or matter of fact, you ain't even got to call in. Hopefully you've already registered for StreamYard. So you could basically hit us up and be like, hey, can I join the show? Of course, y'all already know, don't be cussing. Anyway, so check it out. So we're gonna talk conditioning. All right. Now, what roles do you play in your stage of life, Karen? You're gonna be my guinea pig because you up here live.
All right, here we go. Let's go.
What roles do you play on the stage of life?
You know, I am less called in under the title of mother, but we got Mimi, we've got soon to be wife, definitely fiance, we've got sister, friend, entrepreneur, author, what else? Inspirational speaker, trainer, facilitator. It could go on. Board leader, member, community activist. Listen, Black Panther Party.
All right. So I got to pick one of them roles because you wear many hats. That's why I love you so much. You're capable of so many things. You're just so blessed. Listen. All right. So for the role of mother, all right, where did you learn to play the role?
My mother, the women around me, the definition of what I saw a difference between sort of good mother and bad mother. I saw some good examples and I saw some, I don't want to do that.
Okay. So, all right. So with that being said, how did your role as mother need to look for you to feel like you were living in alignment with your true self?
I don't think that I got to the place of where I needed it to be until almost the finish line. And so, I feel that important to say because my definition of mother was my mom, and she was here while I was raising my children, but there was a level of inadequacy that I felt there because it was connected to some things that I had to take the time to be able to address and reflect and say, well, why do I feel a particular way about it? So I needed to cook all of the meals and make sure that everybody had everything that they needed, even at the detriment of sometimes my own mental stability. And I was last, no matter what. That was what my mother showed. Like, it was like, you do for everybody. And there was a part of me that had to come to terms with, I'm not Linda.
Okay.
That part. Okay. And I'm not doing all that.
So was there anybody in particular that might come to mind? I mean, you could change a name if you need to protect the innocent. Anybody that that was affected by letting go of or changing the role?
All of them children: Danielle, Raymond, Joshua, Joseph, Lamont, every last one of them.
I asked her not to say y'all names, y'all. Why did I know she was gonna go there?
You know what? It was my entire family. So it wasn't just the kids. It was like a role that it was almost like, all right, Karen, you are understudying for this. And this is the way you should operate. And even in certain times, it was a head-to-head disagreement with my mother. Because it was like, oh, no, you will show up. And it's like, ma'am, all due respect. These my kids, and we gonna figure it out. So I had to come to terms, and I probably was 30 by the time I kind of thought. And so it's one of the reasons why I'm passionate about life coaching, especially young women now, because, you know, that's I ain't gonna say that was half my life, but doggone, that's a lot of years to chasing a dream. I gotta say, it wasn't even a dream, to be chasing imagery that I didn't even know why I was chasing it. Like, I didn't know why that definition. My mother, like, wasn't nobody else like Linda, but it was like, okay, so I literally in my head, and this is something I said, I was like, okay, I can't be her. I can't do like her. But I think if I could get like halfway to where she is, that will suffice for me. And then when I got halfway, it was like, all right, now I can forgive myself. I could, you know, go through all of the things that, and this is one of the things that I say often to mothers. Only good mothers care that they're being good mothers. Bad mothers don't care.
Come on, say it again for the people.
Bad mothers do not care whether they are being good. Like the ones who we beat ourselves up and we like, I'm not being a good mother. My hair ain't combed, or, you know, I didn't have no money for so-and-so, and we couldn't get no Air Force Ones for the kids, or Christmas had to come in January. Listen, only the good mothers care that they are trying, and that's all it takes really to be a good mother. Many of us have had the wrong examples of perfection in our life, and then we work for decades to erase that. So when I say it took me to about 29, 30, and then I was like, wait a minute, that's why Linda here. Because Karen ain't got to be Linda while Linda is here. And then after, honey, listen, even at that funeral, I was like, y'all better not look over here at me. I ain't Linda, because even if I do something, it ain't gonna be what she did. And when I say my mother, like holidays, she would cook everybody's favorite meal times 10. If you got a morsel on your plate, I'm happy. I don't care nothing about what y'all eating over there. 15 desserts, and now we trying to figure out how to not have diabetes. Okay, it ain't her fault.
Come on.
It's too much. It was too much. It was too much. And so I had to focus on what was the definition of motherhood that not only worked for Karen, but also worked for me mothering these special children that the Lord sent for the charge for me to keep. So it wasn't even my fault half the time that I needed to go out of pocket, because I understood it was a charge and the greatness that I needed to instill in them, so that my kids are not regular. Because as prayer came, as faith kind of sort of blossomed itself out, I got direction because I prayed for it. I was like, Lord, I want my kids to have a childhood, you know, this one's supposed to be testimony service, all that. But God heard me. I followed the leading of the Holy Spirit. And not only were they good kids, they still got in trouble and they was bad. Lord, Lord, they was bad. The principals in the town still know me. They've been out of school for decades, okay? A couple of them. And they be like, hi, Mr. Who? Principal, you know, at the middle school. Oh.
Walk shame.
So listen, the whole family.
Listen, I got a question for you, because it sounds like you were able to determine that you could not be Linda.
Yeah.
So you made the conscious decision to go ahead and change the way things were done as it relates to your own personal mothering style. Yes. So what benefit did you reap from doing that?
Shoot, listen. This is just for me. This is not no slight for nobody else, okay? But we didn't have too many issues. Like, yes, they was bad at the schoolhouse, but they'll be doggone if they let a cop come to my door talking about something. We need you to come down somewhere, because they already knew what the situation was going to be. I have witnessed and experienced all of my children graduating high school, sending all of them to college. So when I say they wasn't meant to be regular, that meant I couldn't parent them in a regular way. I knew that they would be community voices. So their even punishments was, and you're going to write a paragraph on how you're going to get away with this next time. Like, literally, people be like,
figure it out.
Please do that stuff. No, you're gonna make a better plan because you got caught this time. Now I want you to write down how the next time you're not gonna get caught. And people would be like, that is the craziest type of mothering. All I know is I had instructions not to treat them like we saw Sally and Jackson and them down the street. It was, and this is what you're gonna do with this. They are homeowners, they are husbands, they are fathers, they are mothers, they are making their way in the world, and they are self-sufficient in a way that I get to choose how to allow my money to flow to them versus I am their source. And that came from me making decisions that were not mandated by me. This was prayer. This was faith-based. This was, all right, Lord, it's either I'm going to kill them and send them back to you, or you're going to give me a plan on how to live on earth with them. And I got a plan. And so I walked that out. And that was part of how, I talked to my daughter today, and I said, I only know 2 people that could tell you what to do, that you'll listen. Keita being one of them. And she was like, that is, but that she'll listen. I ain't gonna say
I'm honored.
Exactly.
I am honored.
I don't know what you're gonna get when you ask her to do something, but you on the list as one of the aunties that is like, all right, I'll consider it. And that's a big deal because my kids don't really
listen. So it sounds to me there was a purpose in God giving these children to you because he could trust that you as you were rearing them would be able to have that keen eagle type vision into who they were. So as the master potter or the master mama, you were able to help direct them and guide them into the purpose that they each live out today. I understand Daniela's LPN now.
Yes.
Lamont, how many buildings does he own at this point?
Lord help us, because he working on it.
How many buildings does he own at this point? I'm saying Joe.
Yes, Joe. Same thing. Business. Joe was the first entrepreneur for my children. Yeah, I think he even beat me. So he opened his business, and that entrepreneurial spirit, it was like, we getting out here, we gonna do it, and this is the thing. And that was the way that they were reared and raised. And Joe was he was in the most trouble. So don't worry about him speaking to nobody. He know how. Okay,
he gonna get with you. He's very well spoken.
That's all. Why? Because he was always in trouble, and them assignments was the ticket. Oh, you want to? Okay, well now we gonna write it out. Oh, he can write you a business plan. Why? Because he had to figure out how he was gonna get out of some of these whoopings. With so, listen, okay, it was strategic. This would not work for your children. I'm just talking about mine and what worked for them. But yeah, everything had a purpose, and I keep telling them, and I tell them all the time, we could be billionaires if I could get y'all to like work collect, because we got everything in our family. So that's a whole nother story. We got something to everything. I'm super blessed and highly favored. I didn't think that at times, life got heavy and life got hard, but I made a decision to say, like, God, if you take me through, I'm gonna keep on doing it. And so that is why I'm a woman of great faith. It ain't got nothing to do with me. God spoils me, and he spoiled me the best with being able to be connected with you, Keita, and some other people that I have in my life, because you all became an example for my children, that it didn't just have to be because mommy said so. They watch people walk it out. And so now it's like they don't even think twice about, oh yeah, you got your show. Yeah, you opening a business. Why? Because that's what mommy's friends do. Mommy's friends.
As iron sharpens iron, because aluminum cannot sharpen aluminum. And I appreciate you sharing so much about your journey rearing your children, Karen, because we are in back to school season.
Yes, we are.
And I can imagine there may be some folks in our listening audience that might be a little frustrated because little Junebug may not necessarily know how to do that brand new math that they're presenting to him. So you must understand, in their educational processes, y'all, it might get a little tiring, it might get a little tedious, but do not give up on your children. I've heard Karen share how she had to get basically very creative on the tools she implemented to render so much greatness in her own household. Y'all don't get discouraged.
Don't get
There's
tired.
a purpose to why Junebug is the way he is right now. He may require the extra time because 20 years from now, Junebug is going to be the one standing in front of thousands in a room, giving them instruction on how to live their best lives and present as their best selves. So again, remember, y'all, it's a purpose to everything. We are in back to school season. We got teachers in the classroom. Them teachers, even when they get on your nerves, baby, that's God working on you and your patience and you know your listening skills. Are you listening to hear, or are you listening to respond? Everything has a purpose. Sometimes you need to let go a little Junebug because he's advanced, he's progressed in his studies, and he has proven himself to be proficient in how to read certain number combinations. Maybe you need to allow, Junebug to walk to the bus stop by himself and board by himself so that he will walk in the belief that he's capable of doing something without somebody holding his hand. There's a purpose in giving your children certain levels of freedom. Now, if Junebug is a special child and he likes to act up and do things like throw eggs at people, smash them in people's purses, put air in air balloons, water, and just do. Anyway, I'm sorry. Anyway, don't ask me where that came from, Karen. All right. Listen, Junebug may require you to keep yourself behind him a few steps just to make sure he doesn't start to produce a body count on his way to the school bus. But you got to give him a little bit of rope, y'all, so that they can thrive in becoming their authentic self. So stay encouraged. Stay encouraged. Keep the pencil sharp. Keep the paper stacked. Oh, y'all don't even need pencil and paper no more. They're giving y'all laptops and Chromebooks and everything for the classrooms, iPad settings these days. But listen, tune into your children. And one word of advice I like to give to parents, new parents, parents who are frustrated, parents who are tired, okay? If you could take the time, again, to be still and know that he is God, still yourself, be still, and pay attention to that baby, that toddler, that young adolescent, and try and do your best to develop your hearing where you can hear them between the lines. Because a lot of times our children are saying things that they don't necessarily know how to express verbally. And if you pay close enough attention, I promise you're going to see you. You're going to hear yourself, even in how they're making their cry for attention or what have you. And be the person you required in that moment. Who that person you thought would have made you better. Maybe that'll work for little June and little Junebug. Just a thought. Be patient. Be your authentic self. Set goals with your children. This is not something that we just going to talk at them about. You have to be about it. Again, in both Karen and my conversation on tonight, we actively discussed being the example of what it is you desire them to become. Being the example. So if they never see you sit down and write a goal, if they never hear you stand up and boldly declare your purpose, what do you think they are going to become? So again, like you said, Karen, I'm grateful for my friend circle. I don't even call y'all friends. Y'all are family because every last one of y'all made me better. I would not have even imagined that life coach certification was possible had I not been connected to Karen Sims 20 years ago. I would have never, we were talking in those rooms, but some of them little prayers we wrote on those pieces of paper and putting them little glitter pink boxes and things, we did those things in faith. Now look, and here we someone once told me they waited for something to manifest in their life that they had been praying for. It took 10 years for it to manifest. Check it out. Rome wasn't built in a day, y'all, but when it was done, it was a splendid finished work. So do the work. Lay out your purpose. Lay out your goals. Do it with your children. If you don't have children, because we got aunties and uncles out here that have made the choice to remain childless, connect yourself with someone who has the same interests. that has the same passions. So when you need to tap into the huddle, you come out with every single thing that you need. It's Coach Keita over here, y'all, and Coach Karen. We are Unhinged Live. And I'm looking at the time, Karen. It's like we did a whole show tonight.
Well, I mean, we're professionals now.
We're professionals now, and it's only going to get better. I love acknowledging those who have helped me get to where I am. Shout out to Audrey. Shout out to AP. Shout out to Tracy Garvin Springer. Shout out to you, girl. I love you, boo. And I look forward to having you back on the platform again real soon. So you can update the listening audience with everything you've got going on in your golden locked life, Miss Tracy. Oh yeah. So Karen, do you have any final words for our audience on tonight?
I do. And you already been in it. We couldn't end tonight without at least a moment of reflections of purpose, but this gonna be a short one because y'all got a whole show of reflections of purpose today. But I want to remind you to cause a chain reaction. And so as we talk about our babies and going back to school and the things that we want to see done in our homes and in our lives and in all the places that we are, I want to ignite you and motivate you. Cause a chain reaction. Put some goodness out there in the world. Make sure you are sharing your goals strategically with people who you can align with, collaborate with, connect with them, and start a chain reaction. Why? Because somebody on the left is looking for somebody to partner with because they got the nail, and somebody else got the hammer, and somebody else got the wood. And pretty soon you will build a whole new house when you collaborate with the correct people. Some of those people might be calling you mommy and daddy. They might be calling you auntie or uncle. They might be calling you cousin. Don't disqualify the folks who are around you, but make sure you understand that you are the fire that can ignite that chain reaction that will build greatness right in your circle. That's my word for reflections of purpose. Cause a chain reaction.
Sonic boom. That was a mighty powerful word. And as we exit the platform on tonight, y'all know it's going to be real simple because we did it all tonight, okay? I'm going to encourage you to just be yourself authentically. I'm Tilted Halo, your girl Keita, Karen Sims, Twisted Threads. It's a wrap. See y'all next week. Love you. Bye-bye. It's testimony time. It's testimony time. It's testimony time.